Next question from Rav. Questions regarding weekly parsha. Number 1. When Yaakov receiving the blessing from Yitzchak, it says, he brought him wine and he drank. I wonder why can Yitzchak give brachos after drinking wine?
Okay, so that's a good question. So the answer to this question actually we learn in Rambam Hilchos Dios, right, about wine. So he said the wine is usually not good for young people, right, until the age of 21. So they just instituted age 21, I don't know how many years ago, 20, 30 years, I don't know, like it depends on the country, with alcohol, right, prohibition of alcohol. But for our sages it was always, right, it was laws of the Torah, because the mind is not set, so this wine is going to kill him. But they say, but for elderly people, it's actually very beneficial, because so Rambam follows this ancient philosophy, right? That there is a cold type of the body and hot type of the body. So some people are cold blooded, some people are hot blooded, right? So I mean, it's well known. So usually the younger people have all of this energy, right? So I saw this neighbor, right? Like I have a neighbor, and he has a little daughter, 5-6 years old. So she jumps like under non-stop. I said to the father, I said, I wish I have like 7% of this energy, just jump like for no reason. You understand? So they have this energy, that's heat, natural heat in a young body. Okay, she's a baby, but older, right? Teenagers, let's say, or in their 20s, right? So, and then they add the heat of wine, they go crazy. But for elderly people, if you notice, elderly people, they always cold. Always cold. Even they were hot-blooded like during the lifetime, now they much more colder. They need the heat, they need the dress differently. Right, so the wine is very beneficial for them, and wine in like some quantities that brings happiness to the heart. You understand? So, when you give somebody a blessing, it has to be from the pure heart and with happiness, and you have to be like right from the bottom of the heart. That's what the reason our sages say that you have to say Birchas Hamazon on your own. So technically. One person, let's say there is no zimun, there is no three Jews. Okay, let's say like family, right? Husband, wife, and kids, and I don't know, his brother-in-law, all this other family, his parents. So technically, he can say Birchas Hamazon for everybody, right? And even if there is a zimun, and everybody is included, there is no problem. If somebody does that, there is no problem whatsoever. But our sages say that there is a blessing, and then for the blessing, Harachamon, all of this merciful run, right? All of this beautiful psukim when we bless, when we ask Hashem for all of the beautiful things. So they say most likely, like a person is not so generous. Oh, this guy is going to get all of this blessing. You know that he would not mean. He would not include, like in his mind, would not would not mean this blessing to come on his guest, or even on his brother, or even on his father. They're crazy people. In a sense, I would say that the first paragraph or Birchas Hamazon, we just follow them. We say quietly, and you just repeat quietly. Answer him Amen. Of course, you finish like half a second later. Answer Amen to that person, and then you continue quietly. He can do out loud, but you read for yourself. Unfortunately, you understand. So it tells us that not everybody are going to be very happy for you. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much, LevLeib. So, question number 2, the weekly parsha. The commentaries, Seder Olam, teaches us that Rivka was born at the time of the Akedah. Given there's no coincidence in the Torah, I wonder what is the background story in this case.
Okay, so there is a rule in the Torah. A tzaddik is not taken from this world until the new tzaddik is born. So there is a rule in the words. So if we know that Rav Kanievsky, Zecher Kodesh Levracha, when he passed away, there was somebody else already born, somebody else in the world. This somebody else could be 3 years old, maybe he was 50 years old, 70, I don't know. Whatever. But that person was born, he was in the world, and he's going to get revealed very soon, like to step up to the plate. Of course, nobody can replace a person like that, but comparable to us, so he's going to be on that level. And what else happened on Akedah? Like during the Akedah, Sarah died, right? So she heard the news. Satan showed her this image of Yitzchak being bound on the altar and Abraham with a knife, and basically she died, right, from the heart attack. Of course, I would say just explain that it was her time to die. She would die anyway this year, like this and that. I mean, but the official reason when she died was because of the Akedah. And of course, before this great person would die, Hashem had to bring somebody else, replacement, who is going to be like very close to Yitzchak, right? And it says that Rivka, when she came with Eliezer, so Rivka was the one that she was 3 years old, right? By that time, but by the time of Akedah, she's not little baby. She was not born there. She was born three years before that, and right, she was born 3 years before that, and it says that Yitzchak brought Rivka into tent of her mother Sarah, and again these miracles that were during the Sarah's life, this candle never extinguished from Shabbos to Shabbos, this challah always warm, and so what is it? Not the pillar, I forgot the words. The cloud of glory was hanging like resting on top of your tent. So, and all of these things, of course, when Sarah passed, they disappeared because they were only in her merit. But when Rivka came, so she was worthy for these things to come back. You understand? So that's a very clear connection, very clear connection between Sarah's past and between Akedah and between Rivka's birth and marriage. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
So in regards to this question I heard, I believe, I'm not like 100% sure, but I believe Rabbi Reuben Shlita explained that when the Akedah was taking place, Abraham Avinu managed, right before he slaughtered Yitzchak and he was stopped by an angel, he managed to cut like a little bit of his throat, I guess, and he made him bleed like a little bit, and that kind of liberated some feminine aspect from his soul, and that was what caused the birth of Rivka. I don't know if I'm
No.
right.
You're mixing things up. No, he did not. I mean, maybe there is a medrash said that he cut him, but the way I understand, he could not cut. Why? Because he's a korban. So if you do this mark, especially on the throat of the animal, right? We're talking about animals, so say humans. So you make this animal blemished. So and you're not allowed to bring the blemish animal as a korban on the altar. So same with a person. I think the conversation was that he asked Hashem, let me at least do some mark, like few drops. Hashem said absolutely not. So and Yitzchak was a like sanctified korban, and that's why he was not allowed to leave the boundaries of Eretz Israel. So all others say forefather, Abraham was going back and forth as needed. Yaakov, right, to Egypt, to other places. There is no problem, right? I mean, to Aram Naharaim, right? But with Yitzchak, he never left the boundaries of Israel. Why? Because he was wholly sacrificed. Right? So, and you're not allowed to remove the sacrifice, like in the time of Beis Hamikdash, from depends on the holiness of the sacrifice. The holy of holies would be eaten only um, in a temple site itself. But others less holiness, I think, if it's tenths of the animal and other things, so like less holiness, Pesach offering, so you would be able to eat it in the perimeter of Jerusalem. So in that time, like the whole land of Israel was like a Jerusalem in some sense. So, but he was holy, and I think the way I understand, he died from the heart attack, from being scared. Okay, so and Hashem had to revive him and send him a new soul. Right, so he could not have children while he has this woman's soul, and to get a man's soul. Okay. Okay, else? Yes, you're welcome. What else?
Our friend also says, given Yitzchak is the sanctified offering that cannot leave Eretz Israel, why his lifetime can be counted as a part of the Egyptian exile?
Okay, that's very good question. So there are two numbers in how many years were exiled, right? One is 400 years, and one is 430 years. So 430 years counted from the counting between the parts that Hashem said to Abraham, and you're going to have children, then going to be strangers in somebody's land, and they're going to enslave them, and then I'm going to take them out from that land with a great wealth. Right, so it was 30 years before Yitzchak was born. So these 30 years, and 400 years from the birth of the Yitzchak until the exodus from Egypt. So this, but in Egypt itself, I think we lived only 210 years, if I remember correctly. And out of these 200 years, 86 years we were enslaved. So it's not like all the time bad. So why we count why we say that Yitzchak life, if he lived in Eretz Israel, the best of the land, he was actually exiled because he's a foreigner there, even though it was his land, right? But he's a foreigner. He could not like stay. He have to move around. These people harass him. That people harass them. You understand? It's like you're in exile. Well, when you're in your house and you're surrounded by your family, nobody's bothering you. Like you're king of the world, right? Not king of the world, but you feel secure and at home. But when you come and everybody can kick you out and take and stuff your wealth and take whatever things for you, because they're stronger. So that's not considered to be like resident. So it's more like somebody like in exile. Okay, that's the explanation. One of the explanations. Okay, what else?
Thank you very much, Rabbi.
You're welcome.
In regards to this issue of a feminine aspect of a soul that attaches to a man's, why would that happen? Like, why would, for example, why would a man be born with certain feminine traits? Is that because, I don't know, perhaps he was a woman in a past life?
It could be various of things. So, but in this case, so basically his purpose in this life not to get married. You understand, and to fulfill his purpose otherwise in not married status. You understand? So if and it's very simple. A guy we had this clip also. The girls that are not married. Right now, they went to other like families and help them with kids, because now in Israel the men are fighting. So mothers try to keep up if she need to work, or I don't know how they work, how they manage the kids. It's hard. So single girls, right? Many of them volunteer to go to the neighbors' families and help them. Why they are able to do that? Because they're single. You understand? Same with guy. When you're single, you have more free time. You don't have other obligations, so you can do many other things. And maybe when when there is a woman's soul in a man, so he can concentrate on other things. So he don't have this strong drive to the women. Okay. Hopefully not to the men as well, but okay.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That was mind blowing.
Yes, you're welcome.
So, say a man has a lot of, I don't know, feminine traits in his personality. Should he try to, I don't know, have this in mind and perhaps not focus too much on finding a woman, or perhaps look for a woman that has masculine traits?
Exactly. That's an amazing question. So I would say our side, our part is in this life is a shtadlus, which we're trying to. If Hashem does not want this person to get married, he's never going to get married. Even he's the most good-looking guy in a town. Understand? And he's the richest. So there are people like that. So it's not because of money. Everybody wants his money. Everybody wants his looks, and he cannot get married. Why? Because Hashem said he's not going to get married. There is his punishment in this life. You understand? So we do our shtadlus. So as Rabbi Reuven always say to these gays, like it's the recipe is so simple. So he's very feminine, right? This guy is very feminine. So he has to find the masculine woman. And there are many masculine women, they dress like guys. So and many times they have a very short haircut. So you have no idea it's a man or woman with a baggy clothes and So she wants to be a dominant, right? Dominant in a partnership. So she wants to be a man, and this guy wants to be somebody who tells them what to do. Like sometimes women they get married to the guys that the followers, and they try to make them out of them leaders, and they yell at them and disrespect them, which I always tell that's what he is. It's not like he cannot make decisions. So you make decision. You make decisions. So he agrees. He loves you very much. He agrees with all of your decisions. So get yourself Rabbi. Go ask Rabbi what to do. Let's Rabbi. So and you make all of the decisions. Okay, according to you. So what woman does not want things to be done according to her? You understand? So what is but people want they do not even know what they want and what is good for them. That's the issue. When they you give them advice, they say they think they know better. I mean, okay. What else?
Thank you very, very much, Leib.
You're welcome.